Oh, hello, Whitefish. It's good to see you again. Thanks for coming back for my second episode. Well, isn't it a beautiful day today? But like most of you, I'm sure glad we got some rain last week. In fact, I'm hoping we get some more next week too. Well, I sure hope you brought a nice cup of coffee and a little snack with you, because today's episode, it's really a treat. I got myself a little biscotti here. We speak with David Blair today. David Blair is an author, screenwriter, and a film director. And most of you might know David from the live sketch comedy show Cabaret, which is coming back to perform in downtown Whitefish this summer. David has a new book out called Firebug that you can order on Amazon that we talk about at length. He also has a film in the film festival circuit that's getting rave reviews right now called Trim Season. And you can see one of David's films on Hulu called The Free Fall that he was a writer and producer on. Today's episode is brought to you by Thrivers Coffee. Thrivers Coffee is an organic, fair trade blend roasted right here in Whitefish, Montana, with all profits going to combat human trafficking. Visit thriverscoffee.com to order your coffee and make a difference in the fight against human trafficking. And now, my conversation with David Blair.
Gosh, I didn't
Thank you
realize.
for coming on Hello Whitefish.
Thanks. You're welcome.
This is my first time doing a second episode. But this is like the third or fourth time I've had you on the show.
Yeah, it's wild how that works.
It's a wild science.
Science is weird. Time and science, you know?
Quantum mechanics.
It's good to be here again.
Yeah.
I thank you for having me.
I'm generally so thrilled to have you because like you're such an integral part of Whitefish.
Oh, thanks.
You are an author,
Yes.
a screenwriter,
Yes, correct.
a director,
That's correct.
producer.
Yes.
You've produced some stuff.
Yeah, I have.
What
Reluctantly.
in what format?
I'm the reluctant producer.
Yeah. Movies, TV.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess movies, a couple films, and when we did Cabaret here, we were all kind of like putting on producer hats. We had to. We didn't, you know.
Yeah.
We were all directors, writers, producers, performers. We did everything. So that's kind of that's been my experience with producing.
Do you see yourself more as like a director or writer, or is it all just kind of like foundational?
I prefer to write.
Yeah.
And direct. I would love to direct something that I've written just by myself at some point. Like I've co-directed 3 times, but I've never just been at the helm of a film, and I would love to do that at some point in my career. But yeah, I definitely prefer writing.
Yeah.
To producing a million times.
Do you remember when was the first time in your life when you're like, I really like writing?
When I was a very small boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, almost literally. Yeah, I've been writing little short stories since I was like, I don't know, 10, 11. I had notebooks and I would write longhand, just little short stories, mostly like with a horror slant. Yeah, and even before I could like write, I would wake up on Saturday mornings. I mean, essentially what it is I was storyboarding, but I would like draw pictures and like tell myself a story through my drawings and like make like a comic book.
Whoa.
But it was essentially like I was just storyboarding. I didn't know that I was doing that at the time.
Now, how did you even end up in Whitefish, or how did Whitefish find you?
Oh, Whitefish found me. Who saved who?
Yeah.
That's the question, really. Well, I went to school at the University of Idaho where I met Adam Pittman.
Another legendary local.
Yes, he is my best friend, my confidant, my heterosexual life mate. And he and I became pretty quick friends in college because we were both theater majors and horror film nerds and just geeks in general. And yeah, we became fast friends, became roommates, started fucking around with like his camera and his editing software that he bought because we were both into like making movies and we just, we made dumb little videos in college. We made a few college projects. We made movies for projects, and and it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
And then he graduated. I was a super senior, and I had one more semester to go. 4.5 years. Woo!
Yeah.
And he went on to LA and was there for a couple months before I joined. And then we lived in LA together for, 5 years or so. And then he left. I mean, I don't know. Our timelines are crazy because we would go, live for a long time, leave, come back, leave, come back. So like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just started making, little dumb movies in LA as well because we were actors. We went there to act.
Yeah.
And it's such a hard, competitive, awful industry. And we were just kind of like, you know what? Let's make opportunities for ourselves. We want to act. Guess what else we can do? We can write and direct. And we both love horror movies. You've got a camera. You've got editing software. We've got a lot of talented friends. So let's just like write something and we will act in it.
That's amazing.
So that's what we did with Roulette, which you were in.
Yep. An amazing film too.
Oh gosh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, it's such a DIY.
Yeah.
Dirty, grungy, gritty, dirty movie. But yeah. And I mean, like the idea was that we were gonna become actors.
Yeah.
And like that was the goal. But what it ended up doing is like bringing out what was always there in me, what I always wanted to do, which is write and storytell and, be behind the camera.
Yeah. So who came, I mean, the audience is like, what are these guys talking about? But we're going to get there. Who came up with the idea for Roulette? Because it's such a unique story that I still hope you guys are going to remake one day.
Oh my God, I would love to. It's
and if you can kind of paraphrase, like, what is Roulette?
Oh yeah, Roulette is it's a ghost story. It's a time travel story.
Yeah, amazing.
There's time fuckery. Can I say fuck on this show?
I don't know. I'm going to find out YouTube's terms and conditions, but I can bleep it out.
Oh, okay.
I love bleeping. I think bleeping is such a fun audio device.
Sure. Yeah. It'll make me sound like really edgy and kind of trashy, which is pretty close to the source material of me. Roulette was an idea that Adam and I came up with, and it was largely an idea that I had about kids who play Russian roulette at a party. It's such a tense, spooky concept. High drama, high stakes, right off the bat, which is what I really liked.
Yep.
And then so through these dumb young kids playing a game of Russian roulette at a party, and they each have their own set of circumstances of why they're playing the game. And one of them dies, and then 1 year later, the ghost of that person who dies comes back to exact revenge on everybody else who should have gotten the bullet but didn't. And the ghost starts to dispatch the other players in the order that they would have gotten the bullet. So it's kind of like it's a Final Destination meets I don't know.
Yeah.
Ghost story.
Yeah.
Some sort of a ghost story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's fun. It was fun.
That's great.
It was basically, we put ourselves through film school because none of us went to film school. We went to school to be actors. Yeah. And making a movie was a really good film school. And this was like, 2004, 2005.
Yep. That was the year I moved there.
So, cameras were not great yet.
Oh, it was still
back
tape.
Then. It was really tape. Yep, exactly. Cameras were not great. The layperson, the average citizen, couldn't get their hands on really good stuff like they can today. Like, sure, it's expensive and stuff, but a person can make a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like a citizen, on your phone. Do you have a smartphone? You
Yep.
can make a movie.
Exactly.
When we started, none of that existed. So we had to scrap together a lot of stuff and just DIY our way through it. Yeah.
And you have to rely on the story. And that's what drives it.
Exactly.
So tell me about Firebug. So you've done writing, and is this your first jaunt into novels and writing?
This is my debut novel, my debut published novel, but it's my second novel.
Okay.
I've written another one that is just gonna gather dust on my laptop, probably.
Is that Redwood?
No, Redwood is also a screenplay. It's called The Mountain.
Okay.
It's a fantasy horror.
Cool.
Coming of age.
Yeah.
I like a good coming of age story.
Yeah.
But it's my second novel technically, but my first published available novel.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what is Firebug? What is it about? And I'm about halfway through it right now.
Okay.
And there's just so many things that I love horror. I love Stephen King. I love people with a lot of trauma in their lives as far as the story goes. And this has a lot of it. There's really great relatable characters in all age ranges that I think you wrote really well.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm excited to hear about your writing process.
Oh,
with this.
thank you very much. Yeah. There's more trauma waiting for you the further you get into the story.
Good. Yeah. And it's a page turner.
Thank you.
I'm about halfway through. It's about 250 pages.
Yeah.
I think I've sat down and read it 3 times, and I've gotten 50 pages every time I've read it because I'm just page turning. So,
man, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Firebug is the story of a kid whose parents, well, he's a young man, he's 19, whose parents pull him out of college because because of bad behavior, drugs and alcohol. And so he returns to his hometown, a disgrace once again, which you find out, this kid has got a reputation. When he was younger, he liked to set things on fire. Mm-hmm. And he burned things and got in a lot of big trouble for that. So yeah, our protagonist is a troubled young man who's, got some family issues and whatever. And one day, it's around the Christmas season. I like a good Christmas horror story. It's one of my favorite things. Gremlins. This is my Gremlins.
Oh, okay. That's great. I see it now.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's around Christmas time, and there's a strange wind that blows into town one day, and riding on the back of that wind is a strange, mysterious entity that collides with this pyromaniac to very interesting effect.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. Awesome.
I don't want to give too much away.
I think that's great.
That's basically the premise, and it's it's horror, it's coming of age, it's odd. I mean, the people that have read it, that have given tiny little reviews, they're it's very oddly wholesome. It's strangely sentimental.
Yep.
And I love that. I love being able to weave horror and genuine heart feelings and I don't know, sweetness.
Yeah.
Dare I say sweetness? Yeah. My friend Jessica Owen. Do you know Jess Owens?
I don't know. I probably do.
She wrote a series of young adult books about griffins. She's a local. She lives here.
Oh, I do know who she is.
Yeah. She's wonderful. She just wrote 2 fabulous contemporary novels. She described Firebug as cozy horror.
Yeah.
Which is something that it really kind of resonates and rings true, because it is kind of a cozy horror story.
Yeah.
It's not quite Stephen King, but it's not quite Steven Spielberg. It's,
something about a traumatic event, whether if it's supernatural or not, can disarm people in a way that kind of sheds some petty drama in their lives and makes people come back together. Do you think that's something you used in this story? Or is that something that's, because I love Stephen King, and that's something that sometimes isn't always there, because it's not supposed to be with his stories, but with your book it is. There is that, you see people kind of not necessarily working their differences out, but realizing what love is in a way.
Sure.
or how to love people. You know, I just think about the relationship with the mom and the main character and the dad as well.
Yeah.
And that whole family dynamic, because there's another trauma they're dealing with at the beginning of the story.
Yeah.
Which I won't get into, but it is also a great driver. Like anytime you do that, it's like, oh man, that's going to pull on the heartstrings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I probably drew, I mean, as everything that I when I write, I draw upon my life, and there's, you know, my home upbringing had some, like, a lot of tension, and my parents are divorced, and even when they were married, never really got along. So, like, there's a lot of true to my life in the dynamics of this family. I
mean, it reads like a screenplay, so do you hope it might get optioned?
My God. I mean, of course, I would love that.
Yeah.
Once it's out there in the world, I would love to.
Yeah.
If I could write the screenplay, that would be even better.
Yeah, that's amazing. Where did you write this? Was it written here in Whitefish, or?
It was written, half of it was written here.
Yeah.
The first half was written when I was living in Arizona.
When did you live in Arizona?
Oh my God. It's like the lost 4 years of my life. They're like the lost years. From 2008 to 2012.
Okay.
I was living in Arizona.
So you've been working on this story for a while. It's been smoldering, if you will.
I mean,
you'll get it once you read the book.
There's been a lot of stops and starts, a lot of, like, giant swaths of time in between picking it up and actually, like, trying to finish it.
Yep.
But I did end up finishing it here in Whitefish when I lived here, and my dear friend and constant collaborator Mikey Wynn helped me with the ending, with the climactic part, the penultimate part.
I can't wait.
Before the ending, because I was stuck. I was like, I don't know how to end this book. I really want to finish it. I really want to finish a novel, and I was going to self-publish it first.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. And I needed to finish it first, but I didn't have a good ending that was exciting enough. And Mikey and I collaborated on Cabaret, and we also wrote a musical together. And we would just, like, talk back and forth and bandy about some ideas, and he really helped me with the ending. So
wow.
But yeah, there are some things that are in the book that are Whitefishy.
Yep.
A lot of it's based on my hometown, Grangeville.
Okay. In Idaho?
In Idaho.
Grangeville, Idaho.
Yeah.
That just painted a picture.
So a lot of it is taken from my childhood hometown. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when does that released?
That the book comes out May 26th.
May 26th.
Yes. So.
And where can people get it?
Amazon.
Go
to Amazon. Yes. Or
Great.
you can search Wicked House Publishing. And there will be a link probably on the website. Or you can just go right to Amazon and search for Firebug by David Blair.
Awesome.
And just get it. And it'll be available in paperback and digital for, like, Kindle and stuff.
Awesome.
So.
Rad.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a giveaway or something.
Oh my God, I would love to do that. Yeah. I'm trying to plan, like, again, going back to our conversation about self-promotion and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just trying to think of ways to engage with audience people. And again, like Jess Owens, she always is doing stuff on Instagram with, like, a book giveaway or, you know, this or that. So I'm kind of, like, taking my lead from a lot of different authors, like independent authors that I've found online or friends, and just, what are they doing? Okay, I'm just going to copy them.
Yeah. That's how we've done it for millennia.
That's right.
Yeah. Now you also have a movie out coming out
Yes.
called Trim Season.
Yes.
That you wrote the screenplay for.
I did, yes.
This one I'm also very excited about.
Yes.
Yeah, so what is
Me too.
What is Trim Season? What was the inspiration behind the script that got it off the ground?
I was hired by Shawnee DeMott, who I've worked with. He's a producer in LA, and I've worked with him on a couple of projects prior to this, and he hired me to write the screenplay for a concept that he had with a couple of his other friends about a weed farm up in Humboldt County, and basically what I was given was, okay, here's the pitch. A group of girls goes to this weed farm in Humboldt County to trim, and that's already kind of freaky and scary because, girls alone on a farm, whatever. But then what if the owner of the farm was a witch?
Ooh.
So that was essentially what I was given. And
Okay.
and I was like, oh, okay. Because before I heard witch, I was kind of like, I'm definitely like a supernatural. Like, I prefer supernatural. I prefer, to, I don't know.
To like a slasher.
Exactly. I'm going to always skew towards something that's supernatural, ghosts, witches, monsters, whatever. So he said witch, and I was like, okay, I can do this. This is actually very interesting to me. So I just set to work on dreaming up a bunch of stuff, and Sean and I would talk on the phone. I'd be like, what do you think about this? What if the witch does this? What if this? He's like, great, write it. We'll check in along the way, but you just write it. So I did. And
awesome.
And so
And it's been made.
It's been made. Yeah, they made it. They filmed it a couple of years ago in Utah.
Yeah.
They invited me out to the set for a couple days, which was really fun. I got to see Alex Esso is in it, and Bex Taylor Krause.
Cool.
And Bethlehem Million, who we just saw in Sick.
Oh.
That was on Peacock.
Right. Yeah.
And Jane Badler, who played Diana in the original V.
No way.
The
Alien. TV series.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That show I remember watching as a kid and loving it and being so freaked out.
I never watched it. I watched the remake. Sorry, Jane.
Yeah.
I watched the remake when it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's got a great cast. Ariel Vida is the director. She's an up-and-coming director. And yeah, they filmed it in Utah in about, 28, 30 days.
Yeah.
And it just hit the festival circuit, 2 months ago?
Yep. We're in festival season.
Yeah. So, we premiered it at the Overlook Film Festival in New Orleans.
Yep.
And so far, really good reviews.
Awesome.
I have not seen the cut of the film yet, so I don't know. I can't really have an opinion yet, but I'm really grateful for the reviews.
That's great.
They've been really good.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's a trope it's a setting that hasn't really been exploited to the full extent yet of a trim camp.
Right.
It's kind of a new thing.
Well, a lot of the reviews are like, you're going to go into this movie thinking, oh, it's just going to be like a stoner comedy or like a stoner comedy horror or like Evil Bong or something like that, which I never saw Evil Bong, but that's what people keep saying in these reviews. But they're like, it is so not that.
Wow.
It's not that at all. It's a serious, there's some comedy, but it's a serious, scary weed movie.
Wow.
Which I have not seen many of those. So.
That is so exciting. You have a whole community of stoners that are going to be like stoked on that.
Oh my God. I want to target those stoners. Yeah. This is for you.
Yeah.
Do you love weed? Do you love horror? Well, have I got a movie for you?
Trim Season.
Yeah.
So is it, do we know if people are going to be able to stream it or where it will be accessible yet?
I don't know. There's not a distribution plan in place yet, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
It just played at the Chattanooga Festival, and I think it's going to probably run the festival circuit for another couple months before we get a solid distribution plan and set.
That's great. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And also recently revealed is Cabaret is coming back for all of us Whitefish locals that want some comedy.
Yes. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, locally.
Yeah. Now, are you concerned about legislation that is getting pushed to make it illegal for there to be drag performances in Montana? Because having been part of Cabaret, drag is a big part of it.
It sure is. It sure is. And it's something that we have thought about, but aren't maybe taking as seriously.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I just can't imagine. I don't know. It's this weird thing. Like, I mean, I can't imagine because, the clock is being set back so far these days in this country with all the legislation and all of the bills being, proposed and whatever.
Something like I just saw this today, something over 550 anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ, anti-drag, some forms of restriction are in circulation right now. Over 500. And it's like, is this really the priority that we should be focusing on?
Yeah, no. It's so depressing and so stupid. They just... Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even know if it's like a distraction from something over here that they don't want us to look at.
Yeah.
Because they know that they can rally up their base with like, oh, but remember, we hate the gays.
Yeah.
We hate the gays and the trans and the men in dresses. Remember how we hate them? Remember how they're freaks?
And everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We do hate the gays.
Oh.
So that... Yeah. Or if, I don't know. What is it that this, I don't know, whatever. But to answer your question, coming back around.
Right.
I am not too concerned. And maybe that's me being naive.
It just seems so trivial to be concerned about something. Because as soon as this, I saw someone introduce legislation for this, I immediately thought about Cabaret. And I'm like... That is so bizarre and short-sighted because I guarantee most of these people have never even been to a drag show. They have no idea what a drag show is.
They think it's harming the children.
Yeah.
Are your children really going to drag shows? They don't want drag queens reading books to kids. Like,
well, then don't go.
Yeah. If it bothers you that much...
I think, in Montana, the motto is live and let live. And I think that's
what
I
thought.
I thought so,
That's
too.
what I thought for a while.
Yeah. Do you think that's what actually happens in Montana?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think that there has been a shift in the state.
Yeah.
And maybe just like this part of the state. Maybe it's been it's been slightly more conservative in the eastern part, but like this part, like Whitefish. I was never concerned about holding my boyfriend's hand going downtown. But just last summer, Jake and I got called faggots out the window of a moving truck.
No,
crossing the viaduct. Yeah. Minding our own business, holding hands like couples do. And go back to California, faggot.
Oh, that is terrible.
So it's like, and that's the first time, not the first time I've been called faggot, trust me.
Yeah.
You don't live 43 years being gay without that slur being hurled at you. But in Whitefish, that was the first time. And I've lived here like off and on since 2006.
Yeah.
But permanently since 2013. And that was the first time. And I was like, whoa. And that's not just an isolated incident in a vacuum. Like that is one of many things that I've heard around town. Not just, LGBTQ folks, but people of color.
Yeah.
There's this uprising of hate or I don't know. It's gross.
It is so gross.
It's gross. And I you know, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Do better, Whitefish.
Yeah.
You can edit that out if you want to, but
No,
it's like, do better, be better, please.
I
And
think,
like people
yeah.
are always like, well, you know, that's just a minority of people that don't do that. That's just a small group of people. It's not the whole town. And yes, while that might be true, it kind of doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. It shouldn't happen at all.
No. I don't, yeah. And people are like, well, it's because of all of the people who've moved here since the pandemic. And I'm just kind of like, sure, I can see that. Yeah, maybe. But also, I think that Trump getting elected turned over a rock and all of the worms and cockroaches crawled out.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were here. They were always here.
Yeah.
They just got emboldened.
Yeah. They felt like they got a free pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that
it's really sad.
Yeah,
It's sad because Whitefish has always been a melting pot of all people. Like it's definitely been more progressive and liberal in some ways, but I wouldn't like classify that as like it's a perfect example of a purple area where you've got conservative people, poor people, liberal people, everything in between, and people hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah. Oh
people
my gosh, yeah.
living and letting live.
Yeah.
But that's not really a thing.
I don't know. I feel it slipping away, and I don't know if I'm just being pessimistic and dramatic, but it does feel like it's slipping away.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect reason for Cabaret to come back.
Yeah. So what is Cabaret for the uninitiated?
Cabaret is a raunchy sketch comedy show where we do song parodies and little sketches, and it's like Saturday Night Live rated R.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very queer show. It's a very, I mean, let's just face it. It's a liberal progressive show.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, like, you know, conservative Republicans like it too. They come and enjoy the jokes and stuff. We make fun of everybody.
You do make fun of everybody.
We truly do.
Yeah.
No one is safe.
No. Having seen all those shows, it does skew left, but it's really
we
it's
make
smart
fun of
comedy.
We make fun of the woke just as much. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not just as much, but we do make fun. You know, we make fun of everybody.
Yeah.
It's pop culture. It's aimed at pop culture.
Yep.
Our show is aimed at pop culture and social politics.
It reminds me a lot of In Living Color.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. Wow.
Yeah. More that so than Saturday Night Live.
In Living Color. What a great show.
As a white kid in a small mountain town, that was really helped me understand culture early on.
Yeah. Maybe it did me too. I don't even know. It was. Yeah. I was a small kid living in Grangeville, Idaho. And that was like, we watched it every week. It was one of those shows. My favorite character, I think, of all time from that show was Wanda.
Oh my gosh.
Jamie Foxx's character, Wanda. I loved it. She was so funny.
Yeah. If no one's seen In Living Color, definitely go back and watch it on YouTube.
And again,
it's great.
Drag.
Oh, totally.
Like,
yep.
Yeah, we do have a sketch planned that Mikey and I will be in dresses. I mean, we just do. Like almost every cabaret, there's a drag number or a drag sketch or something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess going back to your question, like there are some like we are, Mikey and I have talked about, like, should we be nervous like bringing this back in the climate that Montana is in right now? Like, should we be nervous about somebody, I don't know, I don't want to say
doing something terrible? Yeah.
I mean, I would love if people picketed. That's great.
That would be amazing.
That's great press.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff.
That'll make national news immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Just boost the numbers for our shows.
Yeah.
Cabaret coming back is a really good thing. It's going to be a strange thing for this town.
Because there's a whole new crowd that never experienced Cabaret back in its heyday.
Yeah.
Because this is like way before pre-pandemic. Was the last season.
We started it in 2014, and we did it for 3.5 years, and then we did a small little tour, and then that was the end.
Huh.
We needed a break.
Yep.
And then, Rebecca, one of our cast members and writers, she moved to Mexico, and another one of our cast members, Becky, she got pregnant, and we all just kind of like had our different things that we wanted to do and pursue, and so we took a nice long break.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Trump got elected, and all of that horror. And then the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so we've been away for a number of years at this point. And yeah, the town has changed. So it'll be a fun thing to give to the new people.
A roasting will be had.
Oh boy. If you only knew, Morgie.
Oh.
We've got some stuff.
Amazing. I can't wait. Do we know is there dates yet? Is there
there's nothing that's like
official?
No,
Location yet? Still in the works?
Yeah, no, I think I can say. I think I can say this now. We're going to be on the second story at Urban Omni at the new Casey's.
Yep. 101 Central.
The 101 Central.
Great.
Yes. Urban Omni is the restaurant, but like on top is like a performance venue.
Okay. Huh.
Called the Second Story. We're really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great.
We love us some Jamie Gogan,
mm-hmm.
and it's just what an opportunity for us.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
So beyond that, like do you have any other projects in the works? Are you going to take a little creative break?
I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do beyond Cabaret. I could take a rest.
Yeah. Wait for the next inspiration to hit. That's so great.
Yeah.
Let's talk top fives. Top 5 movies right now.
Movies you should see right now. Evil Dead Rise. Pearl. I loved Pearl. They're both wonderful, wonderful movies, but
mm-hmm. Surprisingly, like, whoa, where did this film come from?
Mm-hmm. Pearl. Loved The Witch.
Yeah.
The Lighthouse is a bizarre capital B. But I liked it. Those performances, are you fucking kidding me? I've never seen Robert Pattinson better.
Agreed.
I mean,
Willem Dafoe.
Oh my God, so strange and unhinged.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird movie. Yeah, I did like The Northman. Yeah. You know what else I really liked? And I'm only saying this because it's like still in theaters, but I really liked the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Really?
Yes.
All right. I'll have to see it because there does seem to be some hype around it.
It was so much fun.
Oh.
It was so much fun. It knows exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's just going to have fun with exactly what it is.
I love it.
Yeah. It's like, it's got some flavors of The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Some flavors of like Army of Darkness.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. It's just a fantasy romp.
I love it.
So yeah, I really liked that one. I'll tell you what, it was way better than Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, and that got a lot of hype too.
It's like the highest grossing animated film ever or something of all time.
Huh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it beat The Lion King. I don't know.
Wow.
And not even like the cartoon Lion King. I'm talking about like the live action Lion King with the...
Oh.
That was the highest grossing animated movie, I think.
I think so.
But anyway, not anymore. Super Mario.
So let's wrap this up. So what's coming out and where can we find you? Oh, and another thing. So if people do want to watch a film that you were involved in, there's also that one you did with Stillwell.
Yes, The Triangle.
The Triangle, and then a newer one.
Oh my God, yeah, The Free Fall.
The Free Fall.
Right.
I was so blown away by how much I love that movie.
Oh my God.
And I don't want to give away, because if I say like why I like it, I'll give away everything. Such a good film. And you're a co-writer on that?
I am a co-writer on it.
Yeah.
I'm an uncredited co-writer.
Yeah.
Lots of drama, lots of legal drama.
Sure.
Well, that's not important. But yes. So I'm credited as a co-producer, but
okay.
I'm Yeah.
That was great. And then the Triangle as well.
Yes, the Triangle.
Yep. And these can all be
fun
streamed?
cult movie. Yes.
Yep, great. Awesome.
The Free Fall is on Hulu, and the Triangle is somewhere that I don't know where anymore, actually.
We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, I think it might have gotten pulled, actually, because there's some like weird legal stuff going on with that too. We switched distributors and fired them. I don't know. There's some stuff, whatever.
That happens.
But the Free Fall.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then Firebug, when does that come out again?
Firebug comes out May 26th. It's available for pre-order, but just the digital version right now. But I mean, by the time this podcast comes out, it'll probably be available.
That's great.
I would think. I don't know. Who knows?
And then all the locals, keep an eye out for Cabaret. We'll give you an update when that's coming out. Very excited for that.
Oh my gosh, yes, thank you. Yeah, Morgan played in our band, our Cabaret band.
I'm an alumni.
You're an alumni.
Yeah. David Blair, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Morgan. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thanks.